Northampton town centre. Northampton, if you don't know, is about 70 miles north of London, and it's around 50 miles to the east of Birmingham, 30 miles south of Leicester. Often mistaken to being up north, it's actually in the East Midlands. I came here from Basildon in Essex in 1995, and it was a beautiful little market town then. Well, say little, it's quite big, but thriving market, absolutely heaving. Every store was fully open, lots of varying different types of thing. I'm not a market fan myself, but it was a pleasure to see it up and running like that. You had all the leading stores. The store you see on the right there is the former Marks and Spencer's. Further up you got British Home Stores. Both have been empty for years. In the Grosvenor Centre, the main shopping centre, we used to have House of Fraser. Basically we had lots and lots of different stores, all well-known stores. Over the years, the town has fallen into heavy decline. The owners of the shopping mall refused to invest. They barely patch things up. Very, very rare you can go in there to find all of the lifts are working. In fact, the majority are generally not working, likewise escalators. It's a case of, do you keep hoping that things are going to get better, or do you just accept that no, that's as bad as it gets? In front of us you can see a multi-million-pound scheme to regenerate the town centre. It won't regenerate anything. All they're doing is what this particular council always does. They're chucking loads of money at window dressing. Hey, look at us, we've spent millions and millions of pounds to make this look amazing. And if you ask most people to tell you what the changes were, they wouldn't be able to tell you. The Market Square, I'm not sure if that's reopened or it's about to reopen. Yet again, they've spent millions of pounds regenerating that again. They've done it more times than I can remember. They've made a big thing about this new fountain that's going in. To my knowledge, we've had 3 fountains in the town. Most of them didn't last a year before they had to close. I think one of them had to close because it had Legionnaire's disease. This is classic of Northampton. We have towns across the country that seem to be thriving, where they've realised that retail isn't working, they've converted it to social. What Northampton seems to be doing is totally relying on the university, which moved its location just off the centre of town a few years ago. They're now totally relying on the students to regenerate the town. And so the plan is to knock down the buildings on the right, Marks and Spencer's, British Home Stores. They're going to turn those into 1 and 2 bedroom flats, which they designate as predominantly for students. There's 1 and 2 bedroom flats being built all over town, but as far as I can see, none of it's social housing, which is what the town is desperate for. It's all relying on students. We've got another block opening where the bus station used to be, that's supposed to be for local workers, but that's, from my understanding, I could be wrong, but it's local workers that work in the health service, fire service, police service. And they describe it as this modern day term of affordable housing. Yet nothing I've seen about any of the affordable housing built anywhere in this town is affordable. It simply means it's the cheapest they could do it. which means it's not affordable, and the amount of social housing within it is minimal, bare minimum they can get away with to cover themselves in law. The leadership, which is run by the Conservative Party, their idea is St Giles Street, which runs parallel to this, which is Havant Street. That's the baby, that's the place that's going to make the town boom. And the reason for that is it's run by their mates. It's all the sort of shops that we'd all love to shop in, but we can't afford. Coffee shops that we can't afford, clothes shops we can't afford. It's, so it's no good for most ordinary people, but of course the people that vote for the Conservative Party are wealthy, so yeah, they like it, so they're going to keep pouring money into that. All around town, they just keep advertising new projects that are going to serve no purpose whatsoever. Another new one by the railway station, a kids park. They've got so many rules already about who can and can't go in this kids park. The way they talk about it is because it's for children, it's not going to be encouraging single people to go there. It's not for them, it's for families. So that rules out anyone that happens to be a single person. I'm sure they don't mean to, but it's just the reality. So I don't know, I think we will forever have a Conservative council in Northampton, and eventually there'll be, I'm not even sure now that it's even worth it. We have a higher proportion of smokers than I think we have in the country. To make me out to be a complete liar. It's the first time I've ever stopped here where there haven't been, seemingly every other person's got a cigarette alight. And very often you get people that are suffering with mental health problems, but generally drug and alcohol related. They all accumulate outside stores. It's almost like nobody cares anymore. And I don't know why nobody from the top down thinks it's a good idea to put some pride into this town rather than just keep chucking money at pointless schemes just to change the paving on the floor or put a few more concrete seats in. What do we gain from that? So I don't know, any hope for Northampton? Is there any good parts of Northampton that, and I'm talking about from a perspective not of the wealthy that can afford to pay for all the good parts that there might be. I'm talking about the ordinary everyday working people. What is good about Northampton, and do you remember how it used to be? Whether it's actually got worse in your opinion. Leave a comment below, and if you like my little mini nuttiness, why don't you subscribe, and then you'll catch anything as I send it. Okay, bye.